Hello everyone, welcome along to the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. Our final game of the day here and our final game of round 2 for State League. Southern Wolves taking on Ulverstone. Ronald Riggs, Justin Bryan with you here in commentary for today. And JB, we're looking forward to this matchup. We've kind of spoke about this earlier in the day about Southern Wolves taking on Ulverstone. We've watched Ulverstone this morning, of course, where Ulverstone got the win over Grenadiers. We're getting to see Southern Wolves in action once again as well too. Should be an exciting matchup.
It will be, and the tantalising matchup, and I think the tantalising matchup of the weekend, big Ollie Angustine, the German Jesus they're calling him, taking on Paul Campbell, one of the best bigs in the NBL 1, certainly one of the best bigs in the state, and absolute trees right now. So that'll be very interesting. They are some tall humans. I was talking to Thierry Masunda before, and he reckons that Ollie would have to be 6'10". And I don't disagree with him either. He's a solid lad, and as we mentioned, has been playing tap ruck football for the last couple of years at North Hobart. Someone heard he was a junior national for Germany and that they should probably get him on a basketball court. And they've made a very wise decision, Ronald.
Yes, they certainly have. And then, of course, we've heard that apparently Anthony Stewart is interested in having a look at him as well too.
Well, you'd be silly not to, I think.
Well, that's right.
I noticed that Phil Thomas has come in for this one too. He's looking very keen, and understandably why. This could be game of the round.
It could well be. Referees William Woolcock and I think it's Joe, or it could be Dom backing up. We'll double check. We've got room mic'd up as well too, and we'll get some sounds of the game for you throughout this afternoon. Cam Brown with the ball carrying duties. Gibson off to Gregson there on the backdoor cut, and we saw a little bit of that this morning where they were successful in that.
Yes, Gregson, again, just that penetrating drive. He's got that length and athleticism and the ability to work through contact, and that's going to be key in this one.
Wolves running a quick horn set for Masunda from deep. Can't get it to go. Withers with the rebound. Of course, Masunda taking on his former team.
His NWBU championship team. And
absolutely.
Luke Brown having played some basketball against these guys as well.
Yeah, so there's plenty of matchups galore here on show on a platter for you today. Meanwhile, Radcliffe pull up, step back is rattling home for 2 to get their scoring account open.
Yeah, veteran move there by Radcliffe. That's what he's been known for. A big guy who can shoot. And I mean, by Tasmanian standards, a big guy, but certainly able to shoot and utilise that high post area.
So Campbell inside to Brown. Brown one-on-one against the brotherly love. And I think the younger one, there's a right smile there, JB. Now, meanwhile, Brown attacks the rim.
Oh, you got fat.
Angustine, come on down.
That one doesn't count. But, get used to that one. That's a big boy. And Luke, it's funny talking as Luke goes to the line. That's a nice drive there. Took the contact, and I think Paul Campbell, with a bit of a smile, could see what they're going to be up against here today. But
yes,
one thing that Luke did mention to me was that he's very pleased to have Angustine on his team because I reckon he's done that at least 3-4 times with him over the weekend, where a couple of errant layups have just resulted in a couple of putbacks. But Luke's had a very good tournament, and of course he has transferred over to the Southern Wolves. I believe that's around a 12-month thing. 22s for them, State League for them as well, and he had a very nice year with the Chargers as well, so looking to continue that development.
Yes, and maybe a fresh start for Luke Brown at his new club as well too. Might just be what he needs. Meanwhile, Campbell here's
the battle we want.
Now Campbell goes.
Oh, that's a good response.
Foul.
This is old school ball, Ronnie. This is what we like to look at. The two big guys going for
Points good. Blue 2. Hit. 1.
Easy call to make there.
Yeah.
Campbell on the drive, and I thought we were going to see a bit of a baptism of fire there. I thought we might get the cheeky wrist turnover.
Absolutely. This is the matchup I think we wanted to see, and already Paul Campbell, we've just had half a step, got him beat there.
And a bit of a smile by Ollie, who's he got a very calm and quiet demeanour. Talking to Josh Yule, who really went against him yesterday, said all in good faith and a great sport about it as well.
Yeah, good to see as well too. Masunda again with that on ball from Angustine.
Now, Ben Rigby could be in trouble here.
He could well be.
Isaac Collins though.
He short on that one. Now Brown with the rebound, off and running. Withers here as well too in support. Meanwhile, cross court goes to Rigby for the 3.
Bang,
yes.
And Ulverstone's got that hot hand a little later on in the game, Ronnie, late in that second term against the Grenadiers, but they've managed to carry over that form, and that's some lovely shooting early by Ulverstone.
Absolutely. Good start here by both teams as we're just ticked on 2 and a bit minutes. Isaac Collins down low against Cam Brown. Can't get it to go.
Deserved a bucket, but some nice defence there by Brown, who's no stranger to having that happen down low.
That's right. So Rigby here Now, goes for number 3. Can't get that to go. Wivers should get the O board and does.
And here's something that helped Ulverstone earlier as well. Second chance opportunities. They're not afraid to get on the offensive glass.
So Brown, shot clock at 5. They need to get something happening quick. Now Campbell down low. Brown and Angerstein join the party. And a shot clock violation there.
And I think
so good defensive sequence.
You're going to see that on both ends as well. Campbell and Angerstein, they're going to have doubles thrown at them left, right and centre at 6:10 and a half each. And the clock is still not up. There we go.
No, once you touch the ball.
Been touched.
Yeah, Angerstein down low against Campbell to return battle here as Campbell goes up. And there's a foul down the other end.
Yeah, so he gets that little response
15.
there.
Grab 2.
Yeah, easy call there. And Paul Campbell, he just, realised that Ollie did...
He's a big dude.
Yes, he is a big... He is a big...
I'll grab it.
He is a big dude. As
Yeah, you grabbed him when he turned.
There you go. So
Yep.
I think he's fair call there. As
Yep.
Cam said, big dude. He is a very big dude. But, Paul Campbell, he's just seeing the physicality too of Angerstein, who, nearly a lane violation there. He walked in very quickly.
He
but
did.
Yeah, that's a big dude to drop the shoulder. He's played a bit of football, so he knows how to do it as well.
He does. Masunda kick out past Brown. Now Radcliffe. Pull up J is, well, that missed everything.
A
And
good
in
deflection by
hands
Collins.
By Collins. Now Brown to save it and still saves it. Great work by Luke Brown.
Good strip by Rigby.
Good hands there. Both teams showing us some good stuff here. Masunda from deep missed everything. That's a rarity.
It is rarity. And I mean, that was a high arcing shot, nothing but net, but usually it goes through for 2 or 3 points.
Wivers slowing this one down. No, decides to let it fly for Ty Wivers. Come on down.
There's that home court advantage. They're up by 6 early here, Ulverstone with a hot hand, but and this has been a very fascinating contrast as the Wolves are trying. There's that
high arc, and then the nice tip in there by Angerstein.
And we can laugh over from our producer here, thanks to Dad on the assistance. But no, it's just, again, there's that advantage of having a big guy. And
Gregson decides to join in.
Oh, nearly banks it in. But I mean, that's the advantage Campbell has as well. If he can get inside freely, he's able to do the same thing as well. So this Wolves lineup, very much a dynamic setup.
Masunda showing the oohs and ahs with his skills on display here. Brown attacking the rim. Now Angerstein, mid-range J. Now that's something that we haven't seen, JB.
He's got,
his own rebound and throws it down.
Oh, my
and
God.
gives Cam Brown some advice as well too.
I got nothing. That's unbelievable. Cam just walled up, but that was to of no avail.
That is now can Campbell respond? No, he kicks out to Rigby for the triple. Can't get it to go.
And to be fair to Cam, you can't respond to that. It doesn't matter how much you wall up. He's still 6'10".
So Brown working his way through. Then good D by Rigby. Now Campbell gets it, and hopefully will slow things down this end of the floor.
So we'll see what can happen. Again, Ulverstone's best when they're able to get the ball through hands. None of this isolation play, which has sort of hurt them early, and the Wolves capitalising with some free opportunities.
Absolutely. Campbell for 3. Just long on that one.
There's that free throw West jump shot he's got.
Yeah, just as you mentioned earlier in the day, JB, just how he just doesn't have doesn't jump as Fraser Payne comes in for Isaac Collins.
Now Isaac Collins heads out, and Fraser's been that first rotation for a lot of this here for the Wolves. He has that ability to score, but he's also sort of learning the last couple of years just to control the pace of the game and not get too flustered.
Ball getting moved around the shoehorn here as Masunda drives. Kick out pass to Brown for 3. Just can't get it to go. Obviously, all the attention maybe on Angerstein. So
maybe
that opportunity for that kick-out pass where there's no one there defending it could work wonders for the Wolves. Meanwhile, Rigby from deep.
Jeez, they're not afraid to put a shut up there, Ulverstone. I thought they sort of lost their touch, but Rigby nothing but net, and these threes are certainly helping the game here at the moment. That'll be a foul on Rigby. And again, as we talked about, Ronnie, I think the big thing for us,
We're fine.
I think the one thing we spoke about is, as long as they remember a dunk is still only worth 2 points.
That's right.
And can keep that in their psyche. Don't worry about getting posted and,
sorry.
Thank you. That's right in the headsets. That's all good. But as long as they can keep in their mind that a dunk is only worth 2, then the actual action itself becomes irrelevant.
Yes, that's absolutely spot on. Masunda now
nice
Brown
pass.
for the 3. Just off. Rebound by Gregson, and now Wivers to bring it down.
And so Ulverstone, again, they're getting the ball through sets of hands here, and that's helping their offense. There's Rigby. He's got a hot hand.
He certainly is. Now Campbell with a tip in as well,
I
too.
actually think that might have been Gregson coming from the far side.
Oh, it could have been as well. We might credit to Gregson there.
Yeah, we may as well. Paul's going to get plenty of tip-ins through the game, but some Masunda drives baseline. Got it himself.
Nice reverse. And then Angustine coming through the clouds there,
I tell you what, if he'd have caught that and thrown it down backwards, we'd have been in some trouble.
He would have been.
It's a big drive, but 16-9 again, as you can see. Ulverstone just also have that mental ability. Okay, Dunk's worth 2, but we're hitting our threes. We're gaining that extra point on every possession.
Absolutely. Brown.
32.
32.
No basket. Blue 32. Block.
So, yeah, Luke
Nice
Brown
up.
just not in position.
I tell you what, the best part about that microphone from the ref is that you do hear the siren a lot better.
Yes, you do. Yes, that's coming through our headset nicely, actually.
So substitutions there. We've got Rigby heading to the bench. Our big friend number 12 is in.
Yes, Lockie Cruz.
Cruz, that was it.
Gregson for the triple, just off.
Yeah.
And then Payne gets the rebound.
And there you go, that off and running. Oh, he's got some serious support.
Now Payne has Angustine if he wants it.
Oh, my
nearly
God.
Brown there for the scraps and the 2. Nice work by Luke Brown to be a second backup.
Yeah, it was very nice there, and I think that's one thing they can't rest on either, the Wolves. Okay, Ollie's 6'10", but you've got to understand he's not going to get every rebound, and he's not going to put everything back down the throat of the
Ty
defender.
Webber's on the drive, and then Angustine tries to grab it.
Thought he was getting worried about which basket he was
Now,
at.
Musunda has Payne in support,
Oh,
doesn't need him, and the foul goes
Oh.
as Terry Musunda will go to line for 1.
Hesitation, he's put...
Point's good. 12. Block. 1.
Yeah, so good hesitation there by Masunda. I actually think he probably got the defender on skates there and just fell into the path. And
1, yeah.
Masunda, that veteran, able to get the finish. And again, even after we talk about Ulverstone getting on this run, a couple of little drives here by the Wolves, potential one-possession basket.
Yes, absolutely. Some Wolves making a quick run here, and Masunda couldn't get it to go.
Yeah,
and now
play on.
continues, and, well, geez, that's the first
Yeah,
as
I
well, too.
don't think the Wolves were too ready for that.
No. Now,
Cruz.
Lockie Cruz, can he make him pay? Can't. And then Angustine with the rebound.
So, yeah, again, just a bit of composure here from the Wolves.
And then Masunda again, he lost the handle, kick out, Payne for 3. Just off, Brown with the tap, but no one there to meet it. And then, Brown
hustling hard there. As we know, his brother Ben, a premiership player now with the Ds.
Yes, he is, yes.
As Angustine heads out for a break, so we'll look to see whether Paul Campbell gets utilised here on this set. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting just to see how this all goes in this final set here, 2.5 minutes.
It certainly will. So Gregson, now Campbell wanted, but Gregson decides to fire. Payne with the rebound as we're now just on 2.5 here to play.
Wolves just need to probably get into a bit of a set here, Ronnie. They are playing downhill at some pace, but they are rushing their possession. That's an offensive foul. Got in the way, took the charge, and again...
13. Charge.
Yeah, and good defence by Fraser Payne too. Just read that nicely, then took the hit and done very well there.
Yeah, and the bench up and about too for that one, as well as Phil Thomas having a bit of a laugh. we can't hear you, Phil. Sorry,
hi, Phil. He's wondering who it is up here.
We can't hear him from here, but no, and the bench up and about on that too. I noticed Jefferson St John in street clothes today, so he's probably not going to get a credit on that game. There's Masunda.
And then Brown couldn't get the tip. Maybe it was going to drop, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Gregson down the other end for the 2.
Yeah, easy transition there. And again, it's just those couple of possessions, just as the Wolves look like they're getting in touch, they're rushing through. Ulverstone get that transition, and it's ultimately the difference in the game at the moment.
Ball getting moved around here. Payne Webber now has Collins there down low, but goes back to Radcliffe here at the top. Shot clock at 11. Doesn't matter for Luke Brown as he lets that one fly. Now Lockie Cruz here needs a bit of help.
Yeah, nice big body there running with Isaac Collins as well. That'll be a battle.
That will be. So Weber's putting on some skates and then pulls up for the jumper. Can't get that to go.
Very errant there. I mean, plenty of time in the shot clock and only a little bit of time left in the quarter. You don't want to give your opponent any chance.
And Masunda goes for the exact same jump shot, but just from a different spot.
Yeah, I think the other thing too, you know, while that is the exact same play, the difference with Masunda, that's a signature of Masunda, and he's been doing that 15 years.
Oh, he certainly has been. Vintage Terry Masunda there. Brown with the ball.
Back to a 3-point ball game here.
Cruz in terms of Campbell. Now, let's see what Campbell does on this matchup. Campbell goes up, can't get it to go.
Good
Payne
defence
with the
there
rebound
by Collins, fed him into the help.
So Payne slowing this one down here as the Wolves look to just run a quick set here once again. So just in a bit of a quick horn set by what they're setting up. Now Payne kicks this one. Radcliffe wanted an on board. I don't think he was going to get one. Goes himself, and it was a good option.
Nice drive there by BJ Radcliffe. So that's back to a 1-point ball game. The Wolves looking to lock up defensively and get that last basket if they can for Ulverstone. Looking to extend this back out and just deflate the Wolves a little.
So Brown with it. Will they could go for a quick 2-for-1 here, or I don't think they will. But anyway, Withers couldn't get that to go.
So one shot here for the Wolves.
Shot clock and game clock about 0.8 of a second in differential here.
Shot clock actually probably not necessary at this point. Yep,
no, they turned
smart
it off.
enough. Turned it off. It was a 1 second difference in favour of the game clock. Right man with the ball at the moment.
So Musunda goes. Good shot. Splits for a couple. Draws the foul.
Okay. Red 12. Hands foul. 2.
Yeah, the contact on the drive, and that's one thing for Musunda as a veteran. He knows where he can draw that contact as well. So no argument there. I think Cam Brown thought it was on him. And Cruz isn't arguing the point either.
No. So we turn Ruben's mic down. So Musunda makes the first. We're tied at 18 here. 3.2 remaining. Just before the quarter time break, I should say. Now they get the lead here. So will Brown try a crack? We'll have a go.
Hopeful.
Wasn't a bad idea. But anyway, an entertaining first quarter sees the Southern Wolves up by 1, 19-18. There's been plenty happening at both ends of the floor,
and
JB.
I think we've seen we've seen not every trick in the bag, but we've certainly seen what tricks are in the bag for each team. Obviously, the big fella Angustine is just going to be a presence. Musunda very complimentary on that, and I think Luke Brown and BJ Radcliffe have worked really nice off that, as well as those stretch forwards on that elbow area diving in. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Paul Campbell, as we said, he's seldom used as far as a primary target, but when he gets his looks, he gets good looks and he capitalises on them. You've had Rigby, who's shooting the lights out on the gym there as well. You've also had Gregson attacking once again as our Glenorchy friends and family head off. See you, Blythe. See you, Pete. See you guys back in Hobart. We try.
Don't give us that.
That's what we need, mate. But Ulverstone at the same time as well. They're really they're punishing the Wolves, and I think ultimately that's what their game plan is structured around at the moment, knowing that the Wolves have this firepower.
Ulverstone put the big fella in some on balls.
Fair enough.
We might have to cut that out, though. Technically, we can't have him saying that on air.
We cannot. So give it 3 seconds of pause. Okay, we're good to go. There's your little stoppage there. But, yeah, again, there's plenty on offer at the moment. But I honestly think at the moment Ulverstone's best way to attack is essentially counter-attack at the moment. See whether you can get some good transitions, because there has been the errant and the fast downhill play of the Wolves, which has coughed up a couple of turnovers. If they can capitalise on the other end, then I think that's going to be their best mode of attack, because offensively I do feel at the moment the Wolves just have that more solid interior presence, while also having that ability of Musunda to just control the flow of the game just out of the palm of his hands.
Should they look at as well too? Should Ulverstone look at some on balls with the big fella and Paul Campbell?
Death taxes, I think it'll make sense, but I think the other thing they've got to be careful of too is they're going to need to rely on Paul Campbell on the outside for those on balls, because going inside against Angustine, unless he's going to get a run up, I don't see him being able to really push the big fella off the block. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Obviously, they've got Radcliffe and they've got Brown on the bench at the moment for the Wolves. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they come out with. And I just don't know whether they're going to utilise Paul Campbell in that way yet.
So Collins here down low to get us going in term number 2. And, well, defended by Spencer here. So Collins works his way.
Nice move, Isaac Collins.
Yes, gets the finish there. And good start there for the Southern Wolves. Again, attacking the inside, working the paint nicely.
Yes, working the paint nicely indeed. Don't mind me, Ronnie. I'm just stretching the back out a little bit.
So Brown here, looking at his option. Looking for Campbell on the alley-oop play.
Nearly put it in himself.
But Brown just got the pass not right. Meanwhile, Musunda now has to kick it out. Oldham on the floor as well,
his first minutes of the game.
Collins from deep, and back-to-back baskets for Isaac Collins.
Isaac Collins is on fire, and that's the best stretch he's had certainly this weekend with the Wolves. And I'd like to see Isaac get more opportunities. I think he's a very capable player. He's clearly got the skill set. He's gone through the entire BTAS program. I want to see him with more touches.
So Rigby gets that on ball now from Campbell. Rigby decides to fire and can't get that to go. Angustine with the rebound. Now, up the floor here is Payne. So, Payne, Masunda for the triple. Looks good. Is good for Terry Masunda.
The Wolves are on fire, and I think Cam Brown's just going to have a look. He's asked for a horns action here, so we'll see how we go. Might ask the bench for a timeout shortly if he's not careful, but that is a massive 7-0 run, essentially, as Rigby off the horns goes the bank. No good. Fraser Payne, get out of the airspace, brother.
My word. So, yes, Payne now with that backup point guard work. Beautiful try, but couldn't get it to go, though. Again, love his athleticism getting to the rim.
And there's that little bit of an experience as well.
Yes, as Gregson makes the finish on that one.
And
nice work.
Just back to Payne there, that inexperience of, he's running downhill, but he gets in that energy. He doesn't understand that sometimes just slow it down a little bit. I thought he nearly carried that one. Got away with it.
Masunda with that hesitate now. Angustin one-on-one with Campbell. Hook shot is
nice
good.
move. Classic big man move.
That is that is something we haven't seen in quite some time, JB.
No, and I think too, the big thing for Campbell now is Angustin spent that entire quarter being physical. The big fella's expecting him to want to drive and dunk the whole time.
So Gregson into Campbell for the jam.
That two-handed wham-bam jam, and that's just smart play there. And being able to draw Angustin away from that hoop gives Campbell that free rein, so it might be a good option there.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how they play that, and obviously a small win on that possession there. So Masunda looking for that on ball from Collins. Now Oldham. And
wedgie.
Another wedgie.
Our first wedgie of the day. Our third on this court.
Yes. Substitutions being made. BJ Radcliffe will come in
and he'll
for Terry Masunda.
Some well-earned breaks there for Masunda, who's really lit up the start of this quarter. We're getting through almost 3 minutes gone already in the second quarter.
Yes, so no, been a quick quarter so far. But entertaining as well too. This has been a good matchup. A nice one to say. You've got to say your best till last. I think we're going to get it. Cam Brown, two-piece of the rim, bad success.
Now, is that his second? Do we count that as his second three-point attempt?
I think so. Spencer down low. And then out of bounds, and the ball comes back to some Wolves.
And again, Fraser Payne with some more solid minutes here, playing well on the defensive end. Ball carrying duties here. Let's see what the Wolves can produce.
He did message me late last night saying it wasn't his best game yesterday that we broadcast as Angustin works down low over Campbell, but certainly Fraser Payne looking to make a bit more of an improvement today. Spencer into Campbell. Now Campbell up and true to foul. We'll go to line for one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's on Fraser Payne.
Point's good. Blue one. Hands down.
It's going to be on Fraser Payne.
Yeah.
Sub.
Luke Brown will come in as...
so Ty Withers is coming in for Ben Rigby.
Yep.
And Isaac Collins having a breather.
Yep. So as he goes out, and a nice solid start. 5 minutes from Isaac. 5 points from Isaac here in this quarter. He's earned the break.
He certainly has.
And
Paul Campbell here at the line for one makes it.
You can just
back to a 4-point ball game, 25-29. Here's our scoreline.
Southern Rules coach just getting some minutes into these legs and then hoping to get his seniors on to close this quarter out.
So Angustin, now Brown. Angustin with the on ball for Brown here. Brown, Radcliffe, fake, corner three.
Good. Yes. Long two.
Long two.
Long two, but a very nice offensive set. And again, you just notice the way that Coach Tom, last name is escaping, the way he's
Tommy Etchell.
The way Tommy Etchell is really balancing his senior minutes at the moment.
So ball now with Withers here. Withers looking for an option. He does go to Brown and at the top of the key. Brown firing another three.
So he's none of three, none of two intentionally. And that's certainly not his offensive game by any stretch.
It's interesting to see this at the moment, but you might as well try some things. Radcliffe for the... Well, that one missed everything.
Yeah, nice stiff breeze coming off the river there. Not that I felt it. As
so
Ulverstone just in not a slump here, Ronnie, but again, let's get back to that half court, some structure. They've had some success early.
They certainly have. Campbell inside, good hands by Angustin there to deflect that. Now Withers with it, one-on-one with Payne. This good matchup there between the two youngsters. Angustin with the rebound. Now Payne up the floor, has Oldham in support. Rejected by Brown. Good work there by Cam Brown. Now Payne pulls up for the J. Missed it.
Probably just a little impatient there. It was on essentially a 5-on-2 option.
And the ball coming down here through Gregson here as this game has had some up and flows. And Angustin...
Oh, nice little basket there by Gregson.
Yes, Angustin did well with defence, but then Gregson equal to the challenge and got the two.
Again, that length and athleticism, it paid off for him. And again, the ability to work through contact.
So Oldham here playing some extended minutes here so far. Now Brown attacks the rim. Good drive by Brownie, but couldn't get that to go. Good defence by Paul Campbell. Now Weaver's slowing this one down. He decides to go for it and makes it rain from downtown.
1 point ball game once again, and if Ulverstone start getting hot on the shot once again, they are going to be hard to stop. You know, this is a similar period that happened in the second quarter of their last game. So,
and a quick foul on the play on Withers.
The substitution that will see Rigby and Cruz heading in. Looks
so
like
Spencer and Cam Brown are going to have a breather. Payne's going to come off and Terry Masunda coming in.
Yeah, so the only non-senior starter on that team at the moment now is Chris Oldham, and wouldn't be surprised to see him as a bit of a decoy. Chris can score the basketball when he needs to.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how he gets utilised, that's for sure. So Masunda, now Radcliffe. Radcliffe with some moves.
They've got the matchup they want.
Yep, so Radcliffe. Oh, the bank is open.
Very nice, and I think Angerstein, a bit of a smile. I wouldn't be surprised. I reckon they wanted to run that off the glass for a putback, but that's a wonderful three by Radcliffe.
That is. And a nice little settler as well too. Margin is 4 at the moment, 34-30 here. As Rigby decides to respond in kind. Can't get it to go. Brown the rebound as we're up the floor now once again. 4 minutes remaining in this second term. Trust you are enjoying it through the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. Oldham for 3, just off. And then rebound by Masunda. Nice pass over Campbell. And then Angerstein tried to reel that one in. Too many red jerseys around.
They couldn't get a hand on that.
Withers with it as he slows this one down. Now Rigby decides to fire. And it's short. Gregson and Brown trying to go for it. Now the ball ends up with Angerstein. And now Masunda as we come down. Quick plays happening all over the floor. Radcliffe gets a quick 2.
Yeah, good transition basketball here. And I wonder whether Ulver are going to consider a timeout. Down by 6. It's a bit scrappy at the moment. But if they can just get into a set, might be able to settle themselves.
So Campbell decides to fire from deep.
Oh, over the top of the fingers too. And Angerstein would have a chat about it too.
Nice little exchange, a good friendly banter there by them too.
And that was, as we said, he doesn't really jump on that, but at 6'10", he doesn't really need to jump either.
Marching back to 3 here is Masunda, now Angerstein. In term Oldham looking for Radcliffe. Radcliffe for the response.
Bang! Hits the deck as well. We've got a shootout here.
We certainly do. And that's something from BJ Radcliffe we've seen time and time again. Come off that quick cut off the screen and hit that shot.
He's the only man to ever walk up to us at SPL and tell us he's going to win the game when he's down 24 and he'd do it.
That's right. Absolutely. Withers here with it, who wants to go down low. Campbell and Angerstein now. Cross-court part to Cruz. Cruz goes up. Ang makes it on the shot there.
And
nice work.
And I don't even think that was bad defence there by Brown or Oldham. They both walled up, weren't risking that foul. That's just good basketball.
It certainly is. So Masunda here. Yes, we're just starting to slow down a little bit now, which is nice for us. Now Angerstein looking for Brown, but then had to go to Oldham. Now Radcliffe here. Yes, he gets it now. Good fake.
Not
now
again.
For back-to-back baskets.
Oh, he's on fire!
BJ Radcliffe
There's
is
the
winding back
timeout.
the clock. And Cam Brown has seen enough. He calls time. The Wolves are up by 7. 42-35 with 2:04 remaining in the second quarter.
PJ Radcliffe is on fire. Masunda and Collins started things and Radcliffe's carried on as they wished. He's just knocked down shots left, right and centre here. And as you mentioned, winding back the clock, Ron, he's doing what he does best. And that is a massive basket there. I think that was the timeout that was needed by Brown. That, they tried to quell it. And I will say that, it's good to see that the coach has trust in the players to work their way through it. And they've had a couple of sets here. But when you've just got momentum like that, when you're just letting things fly, there's not much you can actually do about it other than, okay, let's time it out and see whether we can sort of cut the line of power there. So, again, a massive shot by Radcliffe. And a nice little result there for the Wolves, who are now up by 7. And yeah, Ulverstone back to the drawing board again. Defensively, it's just a matter of getting out on those shots. Working out where they go under, where they go over, where they hedge. Where they show, all that sort of stuff. So we will see what happens. But at the moment, it's certainly a Southern Wolves basketball game.
It certainly is, and this has been entertaining to watch in this first, 18 minutes of basketball here at the OBC Stadium here in Ulverstone. Trust you are enjoying our coverage through the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. Of course, you can see all the games or most of the games on from State League. You can see 9 games from round 1 from the Kingross Sports Centre, and you will see 8 games as well too from the OBC Stadium here in Ulverstone as well too.
And we'll have all 6 finals up as well, so that'll
Yes.
be 23 games of State League.
That is quite a lot of work for you and I, JB.
It is.
We've already got 2 up this weekend already, so we've been working overtime, and fair to say the sleep was quite nice last night.
Very much so. Very welcomed. Couple of
long day.
Yeah, a couple of quiet 12-ounce curls to end the day as well. A nice little meal there over at Prem's in Devonport.
And of course, Cam Brown can run the baseline as well too after a basket, so hence why there was a little bit of movement there to kick us off here in under 2 minutes remaining. Now Cruz with it. Cruz looking down low to Gregson. Jackson Collins seeing his first time on the floor, and Gregson will take advantage of the matchup there as well too.
Yeah, so the brothers Collins, Jackson and Isaac out there along with Brown. The brothers Brown, Cam for Ulverstone, Luke for the Wolves. So a bit of a family affair out there.
Yep, no, good to see. As Masunda splits through a couple and then pull up Jay from the middle, the key is good.
And Terry's just the proof that you don't need to sit there and jack shots from outside 24/7. He's got that good penetration dribble. They leave the lane open. He just rises up.
So Gregson for a long 2. Can't get the roll.
Big rebound by Brown.
Brown, and then travel call there.
Because you leave the floor before you put the ball down, it's travel. So if you lift your pivot foot before releasing the ball.
Yep, I agree with that. Yep, that's.
So just clarify that one for me, Ronnie.
So what he's saying there is because he's lifted his pivot foot, he can't go basically, which is I might come back to that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But I thought Ruben explained it quite well there. So no, he was.
And Brown was happy with the explanation.
Yeah, no. So no issues there. So Rigby here for 3.
Another 3 by Ben Rigby.
Can't get that one to go. He certainly, if we had stats on this game, we'd certainly like to know where he's up to on that. Now, meanwhile, Masunda here. He's slowing this one down. We've got a minute to go. Now, ball down low with Collins. Cross court, Brown, fake. Drives middle.
Oh,
nice drive
nice.
by Luke Brown. That's something we've seen back home down in the south as well too. Can be explosive off that dribble and attack the rim like that.
Yeah, and I suppose a big thing too, we talk about how well the structures run here in the northwest, that at times does open the lane a bit more to allow that.
Brown on Brown, and Cam wanted a foul, but referees didn't see it that way. So Masunda up the floor here, getting double teamed quite quickly.
Yeah, handled that very nicely.
And
Splits the defender. That'll be a travel.
Yeah, travel.
Did a little bit too much. The idea was there, but credit to Ulverstone, who defended that nicely, collapsed down and didn't allow any passing lanes.
Yes, so good stop there by the Red Hoppers, who would like a score on this possession just to keep this margin within say 6 or 7 going into the major break here. Withers now slows this one down. Shot clock and game clock a couple of seconds out. So
yeah, 2 second difference roughly.
Withers will try and end this with a 3 and does. Ty Withers from downtown knocks it. And on the halftime buzzer, a steadying 3, and the margin is back to 6. 46 plays, 40 here at half-time. Great first half of basketball, JB.
A very great first half of basketball, and I mean that one there, that little 3, there probably just quells a bit of the momentum that the Wolves had built. Obviously, as I mentioned, Isaac Collins and Terry Masunda started it. BJ Radcliffe had a nice little burst as well to probably end it. Meanwhile, on the other end, Ulverstone had a couple of looks, managed to get inside, got through some contact, and again, that big shot there. I mean, for the moment, the Wolves are in control of this game, and again, offensively, it's purely, I think, in that second quarter, they shared that load. Collins had his run, got off. Let's get Terry involved in the game. He had his run. Radcliffe's hot. Let's get the ball in his hands. And ultimately, the big thing that I've noticed offensively throughout this tournament, Ronnie, is if you stick with a hot hand, and it's the same in anything, you stick with a hot hand, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the desired result you want. If you go away from a guy who's got the hot hand, you give it to a guy who hasn't hit a shot, and your offense falls apart, then you start getting frustrated defensively, and that's when the psyche of the team drops. But big thing for the Wolves is they're running through hot hands, and they're using experienced hot hands for it as well. Defensively at the moment, I mean, the hard thing is purely the fact that when they're running some high-low there for Ulverstone, it's closing out on your shooters, and it's not allowing those longer athletic guys like your Cruz and your Gregson to be able to get inside, work their way around. They get through the contact, but you're giving them too much space when you give them contact. You're allowing them to get to the rim, and that's probably giving up some points as well. For Ulverstone, big thing defensively at the moment is while they are so structured, the example there was at the same time for the Luke Brown instance. They are so structured and set that when something opens up, if you get a half step on the defender, a lot more opens up for you. So he gets the easy drive. Masunda found it as well because they're so structured and set. He gets into that lane easy. They're not going to commit to him because they've got to stay on their man. He makes the jump shot. If they commit, easy pass out. They were a lot smarter in those closing possessions on the penetrating drive, collapse in and close those passing options. But of course, that has only been successful in a 1-on-4 or a 2-on-4 situation. Offensively, for Ulverstone at the moment, their shots have got to start dropping, but they've probably got to run a little bit more structure. They're playing a lot of high, low, high. Sorry,
that happened. First time that's happened this week.
You noticed that just waved through.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Right.
We've only got half hour to go. We'll be fine. But you just sort of noticed there that they've gone away from wanting to throw the pass inside and spread and react there, trying to play a lot of give and go along the top here, a lot of roll action, a lot of high post give and goes as well, settling for jumpers. That at times they probably wouldn't have. And okay, they've got a couple of little drives there, but credit to the Wolves defence collapsing down and allowing that as well. So, I think if you're able to throw a few more in and out passes, get the defence, on their back heels, and then utilise your give and goes, utilise your screens, your defence is off balance, and attack the rim again. Paul Campbell, probably going to want to use him now. They went away from the bigs, both teams there.
They did. In
that second term. So I would like to see them get onto that a little bit more. But, of course, you've got to go with your hot hands. Rigby's making shots. Radcliffe's making shots. It makes for an entertaining brand. And ultimately, it's not the greatest or it's not the easiest thing to critique. It is only a 6-point ball game. So a lot of time left in this game and a lot of things going right for both as well. But, yeah, I just think they're the adjustments both teams need to make.
Okay, so the thoughts there from JB as we get the minute 30 siren happening. So plenty at stake here. Southern Wolves are, really just fighting out for a position now in that top four. Of course, the finals format is a 1B4, 2B3 knockout scenario, of course.
And play the grand finals on Sunday.
Yes, of course, grand for 12 and 2 will be our times there. And, of course, the gala dinner on the Saturday night as well too. So plenty to look forward to in 2 weeks' time. Of course, we've got the high school championships coming up next weekend as all three regions have their regional championships before the state ones at the end of the month. So second half just about to get underway here.
I tell you what's been a good move by us, Ronnie.
Yes.
These padded seats for the day.
Yep.
Because, my God, sitting on that hard plastic for close to 7 hours yesterday was not the most pleasant experience I've had in my life.
No, it certainly wasn't, so I'm glad you found these this morning. Meanwhile, as we get underway here, Angustine handoff to Radcliffe for the jumper. Yes.
It is hot. As we said, stick with a hot hand. You don't go away from a good thing, and that's what they're doing. Radcliffe rested up. He had a nice little spurt in that second. He's continued that to start the third.
Absolutely, and he is focused too. The look in demand on him said all. Gregson for the reverse, can't get it to go. Angustine able to reel that one in, and now Masunda comes down the floor here.
And again, just a little bit rushed there by Ulverstone. Would have liked them to get it through some sets of hands, some in and go. Don't go with a side that's very quick like the Wolves.
So Masunda. Now Payne here as he works in, spins, gets a little bit stuck, needs help. Shot clock at 5. Radcliffe needs to get busy, goes for 3 and can't get it to go.
Red 13, hit 2,
Foul's
3.
Foul's going to be on Gregson.
2. The last score was 2. This one's shooting 3.
There we go. Yep.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Right, so
he gets a clap from the bench too. No, very good.
Yep, no, good clarification though too, because yes, of course, all our scorers and bench officials are all volunteers this weekend as well too. We must thank our volunteers for helping us out throughout the weekend here at our state events as well too, as Radcliffe knocks down the second, because they are a vital part to our game in helping run these events.
Absolutely, and you would have seen, as we said yesterday, we had a couple of people sitting with us, Ronnie. AJ was volunteering for the weekend.
Yep.
The referees, while they're getting a small sum, they're not getting a great deal, but to have them about and helping other officials and score table officials as well,
yes.
Good to see.
Absolutely, no, fantastic. But a good weekend here up in Ulverstone. Withers and Payne going at each other.
Yeah,
I like this matchup between these two.
That'll be on the
foul on the play. Because obviously Payne, now Withers and Payne, they're both young. They've got the same kind of aspirations and goals, and I'm really liking that matchup, Jobo.
Withers and Masunda, just a quiet word there, but I think that was just smart there by Withers to work his way and force Masunda into that foul.
So Campbell, now here's Gregson attacking the middle. Nice drive by Nick Gregson. Can't get a go. Angustin with the rebound. And now Masunda up the floor here quick. Double team arrives now, but Radcliffe able to help Terry out on that one. And again, we're just slowing this one down nicely. On ball here for Radcliffe. Goes middle over Brown. And then Angustin with the tip.
Nice and athletic there. He's just come out of the clouds. Campbell not happy. That's the first sighting of Angustin in probably a quarter there, but a very impactful one.
So Rigby tried to pass that one through. Brown had deflection. Now Brown with a Payne in support on the alley-oop play.
Nice transition basketball there. And Cam Brown, the coach, he called it. He wants a timeout. And why wouldn't you? They've just broken this game out 6-14, an unanswered 8-0 run. And the Southern Wolves, Ronnie, as we mentioned, they go back to that hot hand of Radcliffe. He gets to the foul line, but he can't make it. Transition basket put back there. It's what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? As you mentioned, as we talked about, when you're the hot hand, that's what you got to do. And again, I just think the ultimate answer at the moment for Ulverstone is getting back to that offensive structure. The defense, you can sort that out.
Yes.
Because if you've got a hot hand, okay, they're either going to heat check or they're going to keep going. That's irrelevant. You've got a big guy there. Boxing out is probably your key there, not allowing them to get the free run up the court on the transition. But I just would like to see a bit more structure on the offensive end from the Red Hoppers, and I think that's probably a good start, so to speak, rather than rushing, because they've clearly had those looks from Gregson, who slashed to the hoop, but I just feel a little bit more structure and allowing those to be timely drives rather than errant drives. You probably change the outlook of this game for a little bit, but yeah, 14-point lead early on. We're barely 2 minutes into the third term, and this is certainly has the potential to get out of hand.
Yes, it has that potential, but Ulverstone come out of that huddle quick, so I think it was just some quick, short, sharp words there from Cam Brown, just trying to rev his team up, and let's see if they can get going here.
Yeah, we'll see what can come of it. So, again, Red Hoppers down by 14, and we'll see what sort of structure we get out of the break.
So Rigby, and then good hands by Masunda. Now, Masunda has Payne in support, and Brown, so goes to rejection by Gregson.
Get out of here.
Payne able to recover, and now the Wolves will slow this one down here. Shot clock at 12, as they'll get an on-ball here. Now Masunda looking to attack, but now Payne open for three. Can't get it to go. Brown nearly with the tip jam. Angustin with the putback, and it's going to be on Paul Campbell.
So, just when I thought Luke Brown had come out of the clouds, and that was a very big rebound, mind you, he's very lucky he let go of the rim, because he could have had
two.
Yeah, I didn't hit him in the head though. That's all. Oh shit.
Interesting dialogue, and then now.
It's one shot.
Yeah. That's 2 more points.
All right, hang on.
How about you give him another shot?
One shot. Let's do it again.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
That's my bad.
No, you're all right.
Yeah, so Ruben apologising for the distraction there. I was confused too. It was one, not two. What have we got?
And
there we
makes
go.
the free throw.
So we're back on full court.
Okay.
Righto, we're back. But yeah, again, just a little thing like that. I mean, you know, I just quickly there, Ronnie, if Luke hadn't let go of that rim in time, that would have been an offensive call, wouldn't it? Offensive interference.
No, because the ball was missed, and then because there were players under the basket.
Safety, of course.
Yeah, you can allow him some air time just to make sure no one's under him. Now, meanwhile,
Good
Rigby,
defence again.
the Subwolves are all over the Red Hoppers at the moment defensively. Now Masunda goes for the jumper, and well, that was a pass to Brown, I'd say.
We're rolling with that.
Yep, and then ball goes out of play.
That was interesting. I don't think Terry's ever missed from 3 feet out since he was 3 himself.
Yes, another rarity we're seeing from Terry today. Brown puts it to the floor over through his brother and Gregson, and then Cam Brown able to get the rebound. So Red Hopper's coming back down the floor here as Brown attacks.
Get out of here!
By Angustin.
I don't reckon that one was a chance, Ronnie.
That one was sent back to...
They've sent that to the Mersey Bluff in Devonport.
They certainly have.
My goodness. Spirit of Tasmania better watch out.
Yes. Absolutely. Play to restart here as Withers, one-on-one with Payne.
Oh, nice drive
And
by
then
Withers.
Good drive, and then Angustine got a hand on that. Meanwhile, Masunda now, and Payne absolutely run his backside down the floor as Masunda nearly gets the finish. Now, someone needs to get it. And
Ulverstone.
Red Hop is just a little
Asleep.
bit... Yeah, just lapsed on that possession.
Oh, look out.
Angustine for
Good
the jam.
Lord. Just as you do. Just as you do. It's the most casual... Like, it's what do you say?
Yeah.
It's the most relaxed 2 points you've ever seen in your life.
Absolutely, and it was a squeaky clean jam as well too, JB.
Yeah, a lot of power in that.
Rigby from deep. Can't get that to go.
Yeah.
And then Payne decides to take a rebound off
And there's
Angustine.
Terry. They've run up and down the floor for 5 minutes. He said, slow down.
Yes, Fraser Payne can run his backside off. That is for sure. Now, Radcliffe booming this ball around to Masunda. Ulverstone really need to get some stops on the defensive end here. They really need to find some stoppages. Meanwhile, shot clock at 6. Radcliffe with some moves of himself. Pull-up J is just short.
Yeah, that's the heat check there for Radcliffe. Look for him to just try. He was trying to get involved there, but if Isaac Collins is looking to come into this game, he might see a substitution as well.
So Campbell down low, over Angustine. Can't get that to go.
At the moment, it's the only way you're going to get it, trying to shoot from the clouds.
Now the ball with Masundi here.
Southern Wolves really in control of this
Oh,
one.
nice pass to
Oh,
Payne.
Fraser Payne,
drive,
get out of here,
rejected
says
by
Cam
Brown. Good work by Cam Brown, and then that will be a foul there as Fraser Payne stepped up on the play.
One.
Yeah.
Block.
Smart move there. So Radcliffe out for a break, and Angustine out for a break as Oldham and Collins come in. Meanwhile, it is Rigby out for...
Who came in? Was
Cruz.
it Cruz? Yep. Okay. So let's see how Ulverstone go here with this lineup and just see what they do here. Gregson can't get that three to go. Some Wolves going small ball with this lineup here as Masunda slows this one down. Looking for the roller, but Brown deciding to pop out here and quick foul on the play.
Yeah, easy call, mate, there.
Red 6. Blocking.
And of course you can hear Terry Masunda as well too, just shouting out, get into a quick set of horns here, so look for a quick hit play.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that certainly helped here for the Wolves as well, because they have so much veteran experience on the floor at that NBL 1 level, and certainly on the bench as well.
So Masunda now looking for Brown for that long three, just this long, and Gregson should let that one go out, yep.
And the best Mustaka in the building has walked in, Joe Chilcott.
Oh yes, of course he's wrapped up his games with Bernie for the weekend.
Yes, and they'll be very happy with their results, I'd say. Bernie in previous years in the men's just haven't... They've had some issues, but they've managed to solidify a few things.
As Gregson goes for three, and I think we will be seeing Bernie at Gala weekend as well too,
And I
Showbo.
wouldn't be surprised if we see him against this Wolves outfit either, Ronnie.
That would be a very good matchup, that is for sure. So now, Masunda, again, slow, again, a bit stagnant here, the Wolves offence now, as Oldham goes for the corner three.
Everyone's
Yes.
involved. Chrissy Oldham with a three. Nice bucket there, and again, good to see everyone from the Wolves just getting involved, making the most of their opportunities, and they're out by 22 now, 62-40.
So Withers here working his way through, finds the gap.
Ooh,
and
stripped
then-
away, saved though.
Yep, and then lost the handle, foul on the play.
Relax. Blue 41. Hands foul.
I think
Baseline.
I think he was telling
Come
Ty Withers to relax there as well too. We just picked up that last bit of the audio.
We'll see if we hear anything.
No, I think the quick word there from referee Wilma Woolcock was enough to settle that down.
Yeah, it's been a good battle with
It has
Withers
been.
too, and I think that's
Yeah.
the one thing he's not frustrated with. But
As Campbell down low, gets the two.
yeah, nice finish there inside, utilised against Collins, and Collins can only have a bit of a smile, of course. You know, for everything we've seen Angustine do, Paul Campbell is still 6'10". That's
Yes.
still a big boy.
That is massive. So Masunda working his way through against Brown.
Ooh.
Goes up, trying to go to Collins on the pass, but too many red jerseys there. Then Collins and Brown scrapping for that
Jump
ball.
ball.
And good work there by both teams.
We're going the way of the Wolves.
Yeah, baseline.
Baseline ball.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yep, they're calling for the towel. So the boys are throwing one out.
Let's hope they're not throwing it in.
Right?
Apparently going the other
Do
way.
we start with blue? Oh, it's red ball.
Okay, so ball will go back to Ulverstone.
Red ball, T. Yeah. Arrow was wrong. It's because they saw you had it. They were like, nah.
And to be fair, at this stage of the game, I'd probably be a bit worried if Kiri Masunda had the ball. It's big screen.
It's a big screen right there. Meanwhile, Rigby with it.
There's that football background.
Yes.
We always talk about footballers with basketball backgrounds.
Yeah, and Ben Rigby gets the 2.
And he's been solid throughout the 2 games we've seen on this court, Ronnie. He's a consistent shooter, he's a consistent team player, and he does like to generate the offence. He's able to do it multiple ways.
So Payne, now Oldham. Here's Masunda. So again, slowing this one down a bit. Now Payne here on Rigby, over Rigby,
No.
just short. But again, you got to like the admiration of Fraser Payne there, deciding not to take it.
Huh? Grego than Chris.
Who did you have it off? 23. Yeah, okay, cool.
So it's off Jacoby Bone.
Was Jacoby Bone?
So and I tried to give it back, and he said no.
Yeah, override him.
Because we're picking up some sounds of the game here. It's great to see that interaction.
I give Terry this. He's a veteran. He'd understand how to work.
Yep. And looks like Tommy Etchell might be going for a timeout here. Yes, he will be. So if Cruz can score, he does. And Tom Etchell will call timeout.
Yep.
And a good little run here by Ulverstone, which has brought them back within 15 at the moment, 62-47 off a Lockie Cruz 3.
Yeah, I think the big thing here for the Wolves now is they're going to have to go back to that structure. They can't rely on this hot hand and on this hot shot. So we'll just see Tommy draw something out. And again, he's got a couple of young guys in there that they don't exactly have that patience developed yet. They don't have that feel for the game. There's just a couple of things they've just got to draw back on, get some senior experience, listen to their vets, and just go from there. Meanwhile, for Ulverstone, they've made some nice moves here. They've been able to try and progress through, which has been nice. And again, they've got to utilise on this timeout as well. They've got to understand the adjustments are coming. But at the moment, they're doing the right things offensively to get back in this game, and they just need to hope the Wolves can't adjust as quick as they like. But we are getting through this one, Ronnie. 2:48 remaining in the third, and it's It's been a very quick day of games. These first 3 feel like they've gone a lot better. Granted, we did have a 4-hour car ride before our first game yesterday.
Yeah, true that, yes.
But these ones, the games themselves feel like they're ticking over a lot quicker.
Yeah, no, they certainly are, which is great. But we've seen some great basketball here today in the 3 games that we've seen. So, and it's great to finally cover Ulverstone, which we didn't get to cover in round 1. We're covering them twice here in round 2, which is absolutely fantastic.
I think that means that we've now had every team on display at least once.
Yes.
And if we go back through, probably close to twice now on our...
with some of the teams, yes, definitely.
So that'll be good. And semi-final, they'll definitely get their second and grand final, potentially third games, a lot of teams. So, no, it's good to see some exposure and good to see that all the talent around the state, being able to look back on this as well and certainly use the footage.
Absolutely. Screen provided there for Radcliffe, but short-armed on that one.
Yeah, another heat check there moment for BJ Radcliffe, and I'd be looking again just for them to slow down a little bit here. Masunda on the bench, he'll take a breather heading into the last.
So Rigby, now Campbell. Again, they're bringing Angustine out as well too. That could well be something worth. Now Campbell, what was post up low.
Deep.
Lockie Cruz from deep, couldn't get it to go.
Rigby again.
So Rigby works his way through Payne and Angustine and gets the 2 to go.
He's been their hot hand offensively here, Ben Rigby, getting it done. But again, they're starting to utilise that high, that give and go along the top of the keyway there a lot better.
Yes.
Only 13 points.
So Payne.
That helped defence for Cam Brown. He's waiting for that dump
Oldham
down.
at the free throw. Decides to throw it up.
Oh, my goodness.
And nearly a good rebound by Angustine, but then the ball went elsewhere to Gregson for the 2.
Nice little layup, and again, they're back on the transition. It's only an 11-point ball game now, so Southern Wolves look like they were going to get this out to around that 25-point mark, but Ulverstone have stuck fat, and they've made a contest of this now. It's going to be a key 90 seconds.
They certainly have. Payne working his way through over Gregson.
Deserves
gets
a basket.
It to go, and Fraser Payne will go to the line for 1.
He's had a really good game here, Fraser. He's getting up and down.
Points. 13. Hit. 1.
So, yeah, Fraser just, again, as I said, he's probably a little erratic at times, just needs to occasionally read the pace of the game. But this is why you also want to let him go, because to take away from his natural game takes away from some of his best qualities.
Just long on the free throw. Margin back out to 13 here and offensive foul has been called.
7. Judge.
That's good.
Catch it.
Again,
Thank you.
Fraser Payne, that's the second time he's
That's right.
taken a charge in this game. And, you know, they're the little things as well. When one of the youngest kids in the
Steal it off me.
When one of the youngest kids in the squad coming off the bench had the potential to start in a lot of other teams, comes out, does that dirty work. That's why he's going to earn minutes.
Absolutely, and he's certainly on the verge of potentially maybe getting in that state under 20 side as well too. I know he's wanting to try out for that team as well, so we'll watch that as Angerstein goes up. Foul gets called, but just to quickly finish our point with Fraser Payne, you know, he's just. Again, this is a young kid, works hard, has a lot of potential in the sport. You know, he has good veterans around him like Thierry Masunda, BJ Radcliffe that he can chew his ear off. And he's also someone to watch as well too. We talk about Ty Withers, he's someone to watch. Fraser Payne. The future looks bright when we think about it as well too, JB.
Absolutely, and the big thing for Fraser at the moment, I know he's been doing some athlete development. He does athlete development down in Hobart. He's under the eyes of Anthony Stewart a lot. And Stewie's certainly got Jacoby Bone fighting for the glass, unable to get that. But, you know, we'll get back to Fraser Payne shortly. But being under the eyes of a good coach is certainly something he wants for his career.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Cruz for three.
Bang!
Yes. Lockie Cruz from downtown and the margin back to 11.
Yeah, he's been able to hit that shot a little bit, Cruz, and he's certainly been a steadying option here for Ulverstone, their third-team offence.
Yes, so can the Wolves respond here? This margin starting to get back near double digits. Gregson, nice hand, and Gregson should get the layup.
Easy layup there. So, again, good transition, and that's the thing that helped Ulverstone as well in earlier games, just being able to use their length and attack the rim there.
So margin back at 9 here, so good little patch here for the Ulverstone Red Hoppers, who will be very happy with these last 2 minutes.
I'd say they've pretty much come out as the victors on the quarter here. They've put the game back in their hands.
So Payne needs Radcliffe.
Gets the lucky
for
bounce.
3, and just short on that one. And then Cam Brown will slap that one out of here.
Don't run the risk.
To end the third quarter. So a good third quarter by Ulverstone. They brought this margin back down to 9 because at one stage this margin was way out, and now they've worked their way back into it with a quarter to go.
Yeah, massive last few minutes there. Of course, they looked like they were going to go down by 20 plus points down. They were down by as much as 19, but they've been able to hit those shots. They've been able to hit that penetration, and ultimately they've forced some good defence as well. They've forced the ball to be very stagnant, very isolation, very one-on-one, and almost lowered the Wolves into a false sense of security. Like, oh yeah, you got the hot hand, keep going.
Yeah.
Take the shot. Yep, that's all right. We're going to let you go one-on-one. That's fine, because a couple of heat check moments at the moment, they're going to try and build those back, and the frustration's built. So now for Ulverstone, it's a matter of capitalising. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Wolves, though, you do have that minor bit of, hello, is that one still there?
Yeah, still going. Keep going, JB.
That's all right.
It's all right.
I'm just checking my headset. That's all right.
Yep.
It runs a bit quieter, but it's been interesting to see, you know, those little moments there with a Fraser Payne is something that will still hold the Wolves in good stead, because they've got a young guy who's still willing. You're hearing it as well now?
Yeah, it's fine. Keep going.
It's all right. I thought I'd check.
It will come through on your. It's still. It's only our headsets.
Oh, that's all right. As long as the static's not on the.
No, static won't be on the audio.
That's right. No worries. But yeah, I mean, those little things by Fraser Payne is what's still going to keep this group in believing that they can continue to achieve and do what they're doing now. They're going to run with their full starting lineup here. The Wolves in Brown, Radcliffe, Angerstein, Collins, and Masunda. And one thing we've noticed that Masunda's gone away from at the moment offensively is he's let the other guys have a go, but he's not, you know, that penetrating dribble into the lane, you know, trying to get those easy jumpers. So that might be something that the Wolves look to as well. And again, if they're going to create space, he'll take the shot. If they're going to collapse, there's a big guy there ready to throw it down. All
right, started the last quarter to happen here. In final game of the day here. Of course, game 3 of 3 for us here on court 1. Plenty happening on the other court as well too. Meanwhile, Angerstein here looking for an option. He has for quite a while and then decided to give it off. Now Masunda with it. Step back, fake, kick out. Brown for 3. Yes.
Very nice there by Masunda. Good ball movement, and maybe that hesitation there by Angerstein's just allowed the team to adjust a little more on the fly, but nice little set there by the Wolves to come out of the quarter with.
Yes, good patience, and Brown got that off with about 2 left on the shot clock. So nice work there. Now Cruz. Again, both teams kind of slowing it down here, so interesting to see what happens. Now, ball with Rigby. Needs to get it up and does, and rattles that one home for Ben Rigby.
Yeah,
sorry.
big shot there by Rigby. He's knocked the baseline jumper there. Wonderful shot. And again, he's been that constant offensive threat here for Ulverstone, and he's going to be the key here in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. So ball now with Angustine down on the elbow. Now handoff, decides to let that one go. Again, options galore.
Still holding that basketball.
He needs to get rid of it or put it to the floor. Otherwise, there's a 5-second violation. Brown for back-to-back draw nearly.
Collins with a second chance though, so that's good.
O-board. Now Brown. And then gets
7
slows
seconds.
one. So Masunda here to take care of it, you'd think. So Masunda needs to get it off and then lost the handle. And now, will we have...
We'll have 1
1
second.
1 second.
We'll have 1 second, please. It should work.
So it should. It did work in the previous game. So...
Complications of our scoreboards. We've got them in
Yes.
the south where you've got to run the clock to run the shot clock.
But I think you can just do it individually here. You don't have to do the same thing that we do in the south, though.
It has happened before.
Yeah, so they're just...
But still,
Yeah. So poor execution on the play sees a turnover for the Southern Wolves, and now Ben Rigby. And then Ben Rigby, well, he bailed himself out on that one, and that was last deflected by the Wolves. So margin here at 10 at the moment. You know, if Ulverstone could get a couple baskets here, certainly put some scoreboard pressure back on. Now Cruz, here's Campbell. Campbell putting it to the floor, goes up, and as a foul.
he wanted to fly in for a dunk.
He did. And now Masunda with the ball carrying duties. Now slows this one down, goes up again. Nice move by Terry Masunda.
Yep.
Again, all class here from Terry.
Yeah, veteran move, and that's really the first time he's utilised the full of that baseline. They've really tried to make sure he doesn't get into the middle of that lane, left the baseline and wide open.
So Campbell for three. Can't get it to go.
Rebound by Collins, and looks like the Wolves are just going to try and get into another set here and try and get this out to about 15.
Yes. Trying to push this out. Tommy Etchell with some instructions from the bench. Now, Angustine down low, one-on-one with Campbell. Goes up with that hook, short-armed it on that one. And now Brown with the rebound.
We noticed that a couple of times on that hoop there at the moment.
Brother be brother on that one, folks. As BJ Radcliffe kicks that one out of bounds.
You noticed that a little bit, actually, this weekend, Ronnie, the short-armed hook shot.
Yes.
It's falling quite short a little bit here, but...
So Cruz with it as we restart. Brown works his way through. And then looking for Gregson. Reverse, can't get it to go. And then last touch by Angustine. And the ball will go back to Ulverstone here.
Just going to adjust that headset, Ronnie. They're starting to hurt the old ears.
Okay, yep. It's one method of wearing your commentator's headset.
We managed to adjust it quite nicely.
Yes. So Campbell here down low. Goes exploring, kick out past to Gregson for the long two. Can't get it to go.
Rebound by Campbell.
Good rebound there. Now Brown for the mid-range. He's not there. And then his brother Luke Brown gets the rebound.
And how many times Luke's done that in the backyard, forced him to take the jumper, easy rebound.
Yes, I'm sure there's been many battles at the Brown household. Now Collins, here's Masunda. Now Masunda puts it to the floor, looking for the kick-out
Good hook pass.
Now Brown at the corner. And
Angustine wasn't expecting that ball.
He wasn't.
Campbell was.
And ball goes out of play. Shot clock at 2 here. Ty Webber's looking to check back in. here.
Nice little hand signal there by Shaq. Bit of a butterfly for the sub.
Yes. So Lockie Cruz coming out.
And of course, another example there, Shaq having actually played for the Kings women as well, I do believe,
Yes.
Ronnie, and now she's on the bench volunteering.
Great to see. Radcliffe will throw this one up and in and out on that one.
Collins
with
good
the
rebounding.
overboard. And that won't please the Ulverstone bench as well too. Really wanted a defensive board. Now Angustine over Campbell, yes.
Yeah, Ollie with a nice little rebound there and put back and
Now Withers here, thought about it.
got up
turns
on
it
the
down,
toes.
And now he goes for it. Looks good. Is short on that one though. Looked good off the hand. Settling in the right direction. And now Masunda bringing this one down. We've come to a bit of a halt here in some terms of pace. So Brown,
He waved off Angustine then.
he did. Radcliffe for the three.
Yeah, he's
Can't get it to go.
Gone
Campbell
cold
the
from that
rebound.
second quarter there, Radcliffe. I think he just needs to get away, get back to that mid-range game maybe.
Yep. So Withers into Rigby. Nice cut.
Deserved a basket.
And now Collins with the rebound. And then, well, that was a interesting pass in itself.
He's put that into the river, into the Mersey.
He certainly has. And Will Yaxley will grab the ball and give it back to referee Wilcock. Now substitution. Fraser Payne coming back in for Isaac Collins.
And we'd like to see some more solid play there from Payne. As I said, he's had a very good run. You know, taking some charges, hit a few shots and really up the bench. And I think if he can just do that in the next couple of minutes, that'll all but seal this game.
Absolutely. Brown working inside, hands by Radcliffe. Now Withers at the corner for three. Can't get the roll. Campbell try to go for
Now,
it.
are we going to call a block on that?
I,
Like, that'd be a block shot surely on a putback.
Geez, we'll have to review tape and slow-mo that down.
I'm
I think,
waving the
JB.
finger like Dikembe.
Okay, fair enough. Masunda looking for Angustine. And now over.
Campbell wanted the response, but another big shot there by Ollie.
Nice work there by Ollie Angustine, who knocked down the hook shot. Marching out to 16 as Cam Brown over Luke Brown. And then foul on the play.
Blue 32.
And a smart stop there, foul on the play.
Stop.
Subs come in.
And it's going to be on Luke Brown.
So Rigby heads out, and he's had a very nice game here for Alvy Rigby, and he's had a very good afternoon, and no doubt a very good weekend.
Yes, Robert Spencer coming in, and Cam Brown at the line here for two.
We need to get some earbuds, I think, Ronnie.
Yes, I think so.
Makes the first. So 5:05 remaining. It's only a 15-point game, and as just depending on how this one goes, that could be pivotal. Oh, and that one's dropped in on the second.
It gets the use of a friendly roll there, JB. So just on 5 minutes remaining here. If they can... Oh, yeah, no, Terry's waiting to pick that ball up. Then the clock starts. Yes. Always typical of Terry to do that at times. And then that's a poor pass by Terry. And now Brown has Withers in support. Will utilise him. And another two there. So back to 12 we go.
And Tommy Etchell's just got up off the seat there, so he's going to just have a bit of a look at it. 5 minutes to go. You know, this is the Wolves' games to lose, but again, for Ulverstone, they're another side that's sort of fighting around at the moment and seeing what the potential is for them. They understand how important this game is, even as a respect thing.
Radcliffe goes for mid-range. Can't get that to go. And
again,
rebound by Gregson.
I think BJ just needs to get away from that. Needs to get on that mid-range, get the ball moving.
So, ball now is Spencer. Now behind the back.
Very unconventional.
Yes. Now Brown, as we've come to a bit of a grinding halt as far as the whole intensity is concerned, but Paul Campbell gets the two.
Yeah, there's a timeout.
Timeout,
I knew Tommy Etchell wasn't far away from it. I think the thing with the intensity, Ronnie, is there's a lot of caution at the moment. The Wolves are not wanting to have a track meet and get Ulverstone back into it, but Ulverstone can understand that, okay, we only need a couple of opportunities here, and this game's a two-possession ball game, so we'll see what comes of it.
Yes, absolutely.
But we've had a fantastic weekend up here in Ulverstone.
Oh, we certainly have, JB.
Wonderful meal last night over at Prem's in the back dining room, in the booth area, which was quite nice. And
yes.
Which was quite nice. And
It was.
good weather as well. We went away from snow on the mountain down south, come down to beautiful blue skies on the coast.
It's a lovely day up here in Ulverstone, I must say. And again, just quickly looking out the window, again, some blue skies, a little bit of cloud around, and nice day up here.
Yeah, nice and calm. Not too blustery either, which was nice. So it's been a wonderful weekend, a good weekend of action as well. And it's been well supported. And as I said, across all the games we've seen, Ronnie, we've seen. I mean, outside of that Grenadiers game earlier today, we've actually seen some really quality basketball across all of the games. You did have the blowout between the Kings women and BTAS, but we saw a lot of good structure coming out of the BTAS women, which was nice. The BTAS men and Wynyard fought back after a tough start there. Burnie had a nice little win in their game, but again, just the structure they provided at both ends and the execution was tremendous. We watched the Wolves yesterday, watching Ollie just have as much fun as he could, and then Launceston and Hobart was a battle. Again, we've had 2 out of 3 really quality games here as well, so a great weekend of action.
Brown for the reverse layup coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, very nice. He asked for the and one there, but it doesn't matter. That extends it back out to 12, and again, back onto Ulverstone. They need an answer, and then most importantly, they need a stop.
Yes, they certainly do. So Brown puts it to the floor up against his brother, goes over him, and then tapped away by Angustine.
Yeah, nice little knock away from Ollie.
And of course, that's illegal in international play. Once it's on the rim, you're allowed to tip it off.
Absolutely.
Or you could dunk it back in, so it's fair for both teams.
Yeah, nice little stop there by Angustine, and they're going to look to get some action here.
So Brown now goes to Payne. Payne looking inside. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And that will be an offensive foul.
Oh.
Yeah, charge offensive.
Yeah.
So offensive.
Yeah, I think that's
No
pretty.
score.
Yeah.
2 offense.
Yeah, pretty clear-cut call on that one.
Yeah, drop the shoulder, and poor
Yeah,
old Cam
sideline.
Brown. Lucky
But
Ollie had the awareness to hang there. That could have been dangerous.
That could have been. But I think that's the thing for Ollie, again, trying to adjust to how the physical play is being played here and then what you can and can't do and get away with. And I think, again, this will take a little bit of time for him, but it's been really good to see that he hasn't been afraid to use his body and back down hard.
No, and again, we've had, you see previously in the NBA, they sort of let that go a little bit, but there's a safety thing there. You've dropped the shoulder. It's not a natural movement. Doesn't matter if you're in the circle. That's an offensive foul.
Paul Campbell from deep, can't get that to go.
Yeah.
Payne with the rebound.
There's nearly a chance for that one to drop.
And now Payne off and running. Having a look at the numbers here. He's got Brown with support. He wants it back at the corner. Now Payne pulls up, and that's off. We saw that straight away off the hand.
So
we had a good look at that.
So again, it's back to 8 points now. Under 3 minutes.
12. 12. It
It is actually, still 12.
Yeah.
I was reading that the
folks.
wrong way.
Yes. So Masunda down the floor here. Yep, we can hear it from our headsets there, JB. Hornstubble, he's called out. So Thierry decides to go
Contact
solo.
there, and
it
one.
goes.
Easy call to make there. You could hear that. I've got a headset off, and you could hear that really clearly.
Absolutely.
So that'll put Masunda at the line to make this a 15-point ball game, and 15 in 2.5 minutes, that's a massive ask.
1 shot.
A massive ask indeed. So at the line. And that is good. So Masunda's just had a really calming effect on this team,
Yeah,
Ronnie.
yes.
And it's like any game. If Thierry's in it, they're a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, expect this Southern Wolves team to, I think,
Oh, stop
Ty
popping. Ollie
Withers nearly got one there as well too. Good shot by the young fella.
Ollie nearly actually put that down the throat physically of BJ Radcliffe, but a nice little catch there on the rebound.
Looks like Will Yaxley's going to check in here, get his first minutes for today.
And then we saw Will yesterday as well.
So Masunda, that step through, Payne for 3. Yes.
Good work there, good distribution, and she's out to 17 points in under 2 minutes now. I think that's all over Red Rover, but
Yes.
Ulverstone, very gallant. They had the potential of having that game blowout really, really early there in the third, but they fought back.
Withers for the response, just short on that one. Angustine gets that one, and a travel was called.
I think they were wanting a foul there. Campbell with a smile, bit of a bump.
Stop. Come in.
We see if I can hear anything. So they're going to sub out now. That's a fair call. That's
14, please.
14 on the shot clock. So, nothing's come of that in the end.
No.
But, that'll be the end of Angustine, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Oh, nice wrap round there by Brown. Couldn't get the result he wanted.
So Payne off and running has Brown in support, and then a foul on the play here. Yep, don't think anything's happening there. Okay,
No.
so Jackson Collins will look to come in as well too.
So pretty much 4 of the
And
start.
Thierry Massunda's going to have a rest. So wise move here with 1:30 to go.
And I wonder if you, Tommy Etchell, do you just get Chris Oldham in to give you starting 5 that closing rest?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, they're looking, so I think they can, I think they might have heard us. Yep, and now he's going to come in. So, yep. Now, I don't think this is a fair move too. I think, up by 20 now, game's pretty much done as far as you can see. And good to see the youngsters getting some court time here out on the floor too, Jobo.
Yeah, exactly right. Some good for Yaxley too, because he's going up against one of the better bigs.
Absolutely.
Certainly in the state, certainly in NBL1.
Yes. So the ball with Withers, puts it to the floor, goes up, can't get that to go.
But Jacoby Bone there.
Yeah,
and
Jacoby Bone's in.
He's had some limited minutes this weekend, but again, he's coming off a state title as well.
So
Fraser
Payne on the drive, just couldn't get that to
Yeah,
finish.
I think Paul Campbell told him to go away with that stuff.
Campbell had a bit of a hand on that as well. So, and Bone just needs to be careful there. I thought he might have fouled, but referees let that one play. So Brown tiptoes, and then Spencer here. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to go to Ulverstone.
50.7 remaining here on our Sunday broadcast. And we're tracking pretty well there, Ronnie. We'll be done before 2:30. So
yes. Should be good. And now Withers with it over Oldham, yes.
And Withers has had a nice game, as we
He
mentioned,
has.
Ronnie. I mean, he's had that battle with those young guys, and I mean, he's even been confident enough to go up against the Masundas and the Radcliffes of the world. So, very promising signs.
Absolutely, and like I say, he's one to watch in the future as far as one of our junior players is concerned. Jacoby Bone from downtown gets it to go.
Good to see Jacoby getting involved in things as well.
So Tyler Riley's out on the court as well too, so the benches have been emptied out here, and good to see young Tyler back out on the floor, who we saw earlier this morning. Paul Campbell, if you don't mind, come on down.
Yeah, bit of a junk time basket, but I mean, just shows the skills in the open floor there by Paul Campbell. Lovely little move and good result there.
So Payne kicks it out, Bone, now Oldham for another three.
Oh,
yes.
The Wolves boys, they're not slowing down, and that'll just about end it. So we'll let Ulverstone get that ball in, but 68-90, a 22-point win. Unless Ulverstone are going to actually try and score. Let's see what Withers wants to do.
Does Withers just go over the timeline here? I think, he's just looked at the clock. Old Brown's going to throw one up.
And that will be no good.
No, so a very good win here. What was an entertaining game, and I think once both, kind of mentioned this in round one. Once as yep. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Woolcock.
I think once both teams worked each other out, it's just a matter of then how do you play it, and how do you go about it. And this time, some Wolves got the better of this one.
Yeah, got the better of this one. And again, they just had that hot hand spurt with your Collins, with your Masunda, with your Radcliffe, was ultimately the difference in this one. Ulverstone looked like they were going to get blown out a little bit. They brought this game back again, just some lapses. Wolves hit some shots, and ultimately the difference. I think that hot hand run was really the difference in this one. But I think to Ulverstone's credit, they really held themselves, and they themselves had some really nice play, out of Rigby, out of Cruz, out of Brown as well, out of Withers. So, they've got some promising signs there. Good to have them on our cameras twice today. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done in this one, but a nice little game for them in their first game as well. But, Ronnie, that about wraps us up. We've had a nice weekend of action. Our top four is all but set, and we have had a very nice weekend to play.
We certainly have, JB. That is for sure. I'm going as
that's as far as you'll get.
Okay, because actually, if I just stand here,
that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm still on air. Yeah, if you bring it up to me, Ruben, that'd be great.
But I think we're done.
I think we are. My thanks to JB for his assistance this weekend.
Anytime, mate, you know that.
And, of course, thanks to BTAS as well for their ongoing support. We next come to you from Launceston at the Elfin Sports Centre for Gala weekend, and we're hoping to be live streaming there as well too, but we'll let you know over the coming couple of weeks. But until then, on behalf of Justin Bryan, I'm Ron Riggs, and we will see you again soon.